One cannot and must not try to erase the past merely because it does not fit the present. Golda Meir said that. This goes for wounded soldiers who have to live with the physical and mental pain of it all, just like Dr. Asael Lubotzky, MD, PhD, who in 2006 overcame near-fatal injuries in South Lebanon, endured 15 surgeries with Beit Holim support, and reclaimed his ability to walk, pursued medical studies in Jerusalem, earning a medical degree and a PhD in molecular biology, focused on early cancer diagnosis. He completed a clinical and research fellowship in pediatric neurology in Toronto. Dr. Lubotzky, a two-time author, also cherished family life with his incredible wife, Avital, and his 6 children. Please give him a warm welcome.
Shalom everybody. My name is Pinchas Rav and I'm a president of the Israeli Wounded Veteran here in Los Angeles, in California, in the West Side. I'm one of 15 kids. I'm number 7. I joined the Army in 1977. And my first experience in the war was in 1982. I got wounded in 1982, and after that I find myself in my home not knowing what to do. And thanks God for Better Lochem, because Better Lochem is where it put me today. And if some of you doesn't know what is Better Lochem is a facility that most of the people, after when they get injured, they end up there and they get all the treatment. So basically, when you come to Better Lochem, you come completely broken person. You don't know where you want to go, you don't know what you want to do, and you have like kind of a lot of trauma. But then when you get there, you get the support. You get physically and mentally support, which that's what getting you to be after that someone else. And we have here actually amazing experience. Amazing person that he had been treated by Better Lochem, and look at them today, and me. I've been treated by Better Lochem. I'm doing all this work as a volunteer. I have a big business here in the state. I came with a company from Israel, which is dental implant called AB. I represented in the state, and I'm doing this as a volunteer. And of course, he is now going to talk about himself. Thank you for all of you, and please support us with our job. They need it so much, you can't even imagine. Thank you.
First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest condolences to the families who have endured the loss of their loved ones while hoping for the release of those held hostage in Gaza. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you who have been unwavering pillars of support to IDF soldiers and veterans. Today, I'm here to share a profound reality that transcends my personal journey. Through my service and my rehabilitation, I discovered a connection that goes beyond mere duty, an unbreakable tie to the land, to Am Israel, and to my comrades who stood shoulder to shoulder with me. Every day, the embrace of fellow Jews from all over the world reminds me that in this journey, we are never alone. Our experience in Gaza and Lebanon is just one chapter in the collective narrative of sacrifice and resilience that countless individuals have paved before us. In my mid-20s, life threw me into the crucible of war. where I struggled with the loss of close friends and emerged with life-altering injuries. 14 months in the hospital bed became a classroom where perspective was my teacher. I learned to zoom out, to empathize with the commonplace disappointments of life. I served as an officer in the Golani Brigade during Operation Summer Rains in Gaza, and later on fighting in Lebanon in the Second Lebanon War, the 2006 Lebanon War. In the Battle of Bin Jbel, my commander, Major Roy Klein, sacrificed his life by jumping on a live grenade, muffling it with his body and saving his soldiers. It was our sacred duty to fight and evacuate the fallen. To my horror, while evacuating the dead bodies, I discovered that I'm holding my close friend, Amichai Merchavia. Amichai. 2 weeks later, I was struck directly by anti-tank missile and evacuated from a burning armored vehicle. My legs forever marked by scars. And back then, I made a decision. Lebanon might have taken some of my physical abilities, but it could never steal my resolve. Never. A new battle had begun. A battle to walk again, to embrace life despite the challenges. In this journey, Bet HaLochem played an indispensable role in assisting me. In Bet HaLochem, I did my rehabilitation. I went there to do physical therapy, swimming, biking, hand biking, and many other activities to help myself and my comrades to overcome these challenges. During those days, encountering the empathy and professionalism of the medical teams for over a year, I decided to join this incredible world of medicine. As I stepped into medical school, just 2 days after a 14 months hospitalization, I did so with my crutches as companions. But these crutches were not just physical supports, they were bridges of empathy that linked me to the fears and anxieties of the patients I would soon encounter. My disability, formerly displayed, became a channel for understanding, allowing me to see through the eyes of both healer and healed. During my rehabilitation, I was amazed by the closing loop of history. My grandfather, Asael Lubotzky, served as a partisan in World War II. He fought against the Nazis. One of the days, engaging battle against a pro-German unit, he was shot. He was injured in battle. His fellow partisans evacuated him from the battlefield. He was severely injured. They took him to the camp and tried to treat him, but to no avail. His wound became infected, he had a high fever, and no one believed he was going to survive. His fellow partisans even dug a hole there in the partisan camp to bury him there. But in the camp there was one nurse partisan, Jewish partisan, who decided to do whatever she can, by all means, to save his life. She treated my grandfather with leaves, there were no bandages, and they were able to capture a German train with some medicine, so she gave him antibiotics. And amazingly, my grandfather survived, overcame this injury, and continued to fight against the Germans. Later on, he became an Irgun officer, was very close to Menachem Begin, and fought in the Independence War as a soldier in the Golani Brigade. 60 years later, I was injured as an officer in the Golani Brigade. One of the days, while lying in bed in the rehab center, my grandfather came to visit me. He was back then in his mid-80s. I was lying there with my family and some of my doctors. He told us a story, how he fought as a partisan, how he was injured back then in the 1940s in Europe, near Vilna. After telling us the whole story that we knew very well, he revealed one detail that we never heard. When he finished the story, he looked at Dr. Zivner, my doctor, and asked him, "Do you know who was the nurse partisan who saved my life?" And to our astonishment, he told him, "That was your mother, Anka. The mother of the doctor who treated me back there in Israel was the nurse partisan who saved my grandfather's life." This is the Jewish history. This is the closing loop of our nation. Being injured in war, donning the IDF uniform, binds us to a legacy that extends through history. Despite all these accomplishments, my greatest achievement is the family I built. Early on in my journey, I met Avital, a medical psychologist. We got married, and we are blessed with 6 incredible children. One of them, Naveh Amichai, is right there, and we named him in the memory of my close friend, Amichai Merchavia. Amichai, Am Yisrael Chai. Naveh was born exactly 6 years after my injury, and as I said, I called him Naveh Amichai. A few days ago, I spoke to Moshe Merchavia, the father of Amichai, and I remember with that. And I asked him, "Where are you, Moshe?" I'm trying to thank him. He told me, "I'm in the reserve forces." So Moshe Merchavia, who lost his son, is now 70 years old, but he still patrols and has a gun and patrols in Israel. This is the resilience of our country. In this challenging time, there is a light that emerges from the darkness, capable of overcoming cruelty and evil. The unity, generosity, and heroism we have witnessed give us hope that we will not only navigate this crisis, but emerge from it even stronger. Your contribution ensures that those who have sacrificed so much receive the care and opportunities they deserve. This commitment echoes the unity that defines us as a community. Together, we create a network of strength, resilience, and compassion that binds us all. Thank you very much.